Hello friends, welcome to online computer classes. Myself Dr. Kajal Rai, and we are going to start a new class of Python today. So this is my fifth class on Python. Starts with we already know how to start our Jupyter notebook. So let's start our new Jupyter notebook by selecting new and then Python 3. That is a Python 3 notebook version 3. So let's start with the Python 3 notebook. But before we start, I like to introduce some of the things about what is numpy in Python. Numpy is a open source module. As you can see on my screen, I made a PPT, some slides of PPT, so that you can easily link with that. NumPy is an open source module of Python, and it offers several functions for fast calculations on arrays and matrices. This is a simple introduction of NumPy, which is a library in Python. So we can do our operations, mathematical operations, calculations very easily and fast by using this library. And today we are going to use this library. That's why I was introducing this to you. So first start with by import. As you all know, we already import pandas. Now we are importing numpy as numpy. So this is my first statement of today, and with this I would like to introduce a numpy arrays also, what is arrays and what is list. Suppose first I am introducing you about list. List is like we can have any number of values in the list like this, and we can easily print that list just with the print statement. So this is my L1 is a list, and I can print this list like this. But a list can have any number of values and any type of values also. It is not restricted with the similar type of value. So we can easily insert any integer. These are our integer values. Now I can also introduce some floating point values also. Then also it can easily printed. And if I introduce some strings or in this, it can easily introduce and modify itself. So this is list. A list can contain any type of values in it. Now what about arrays? Array is not like list. It is something different. It is something similar but something different with the list. Like is listed, it contains items as many as you want. We can do that, but it contains same type of elements, not different kinds as list contains. That as list can contains integer, float and string, but an array contains a similar type of values. Okay, and in numpy arrays, in numpy, which is a library of Python, numpy arrays are also called ND arrays. Okay, so first I already introduced about list and arrays. Now I am converting this list into an array. So for this I am using np.array function and converting the list, but I have to first convert this list into a single type, then only it can convert it, and now it can be converted. Now I am printing this list and array both. So you can easily watch the difference between the two. That list is comma separated values, but an array is a matrix type. Okay, this is the difference in this kind of list and arrays. You can easily see that. We can also print the shape of this array now by using even.shape. Now the shape is 4. It is a one dimensional and it contains 4 number of items. It is very easily we can see that. It is very simple to do. You always can do this. Now let's move to our next thing, that I am converting this list into 2-dimensional array by using this I can do this by inserting some more values in it, of course, and now already converting it by using the same function again. Now see that first one is a list. I'm printing the list, which is these values, which contain these type of values. Then I convert this list into an array, np.array, and when I convert it, it is converted into two-dimensional matrix. An array is just like matrix, is converted into two-dimensional. And when I'm printing the shape of the array, it is giving 2, 4. That means it is two-dimensional and each dimension contain 4 number of items. As simple as that. Now I can also, if I want to know the type of the array, here I know already, but if I want to know the type of the array, then I will use the type function, and this type function will give me nd array. That means this a1 is a array, nd array. Okay, so which is very simple. Now what if I want to know the data type of each item in the list? Then what should I do? Then I will use the dtype function. Dtype is a function which is used to know the data type of each item, and each item is a data type is of integer and 32 bits of integer. It can be 64 also. There are various classes of data types in Python, which is a int float, but int 32 is integer with 32 bits. So this can be done very easily. It is very simple. You always can do this. Now going to the next level, I also want to introduce something, but before that I also want to know that you already know about mean. What is mean? Mean is the average of a group of numbers. Okay, it is computed by calculating all the values, by summing all the values in the data set and dividing the sum by the number of values in the data set. That means suppose there are 5 items in the data set, then we add all these 5 items and divide all the total sum by 5. This is how mean can be calculated. But now if we want to know how the mean can be calculated in Python, let's start with it. First I have to, again I am deleting all this. Now I am also importing pandas for my further operations as PD. Now I am using some operations. First, just a second, I am using this thing. Just a minute. I have one Excel file on which I am going to perform this operation, but I want to use this function read underscore Excel. We already import read underscore CSV. We already used it to read the CSV file. Now I am going to read an Excel file. That's why I am giving the function name as read underscore Excel. So this function will read the Excel file, and this is the path of my file. I am copying here because I don't remember that path. That is why I am copying here, so that the function can read the file from the correct path, and it is storing in table. So let's print then this table so that we would know what this file contains. Just a minute, it is processing. Now look at this. This is my file. These are some columns and values of this. Column is serial number, empty मतलब midterm marks हैं, examination marks. This is mini project, then total marks, then ET external marks, then again total marks. This total is from these two, and this total contains the sum of external marks plus the internal mini project marks. So this is my file. Now I already have my file, but what if I want to know the mean of this by the total mean. I want to know the average marks of the class, then I use the mean function, but on only the here I can't use this like this. Just a minute. Yeah, I have to first assign in X the table total column, and after that it is only the total now. Okay, total column, and now I can print the average or mean marks on X np.main, sorry. And one more important thing, I don't have to take the print function, it will definitely print that. So np.mean is a function to find out the mean of the value of these marks. Now let's see what it will print. Oh shit, just a minute, I think there is some mistake. Data frame is not callable. Total, just a minute, what is the mistake? I have to know. Oh shit, I use the incorrect syntax in my thing, which is that I can't use the braces, I have to use the square bracket over here. Now it's okay. Now it is giving the mean, which is 46.906, which is the mean of this last line, this last column, which is total. Okay, in this way we can find out the mean. Now this is very simple, it is the mean. Now do you know what is median? Median is a very simple thing. It is the central marks. Suppose it is not calculated by summing the marks, it is just the mid value. Suppose there are 5 values in an array, and which is 1 2 3 4 5, then on the third number, which is the value 3, then that means that is the simple 3 is the median of that array. But suppose if there are even number of values, then the 2 middle marks, it is going to average those marks. That means the sum will be done on the 2 middle marks, and then it is divided by 2, then the average marks can be calculated. So we can also find out the median, which is very simple. np.median X, we are finding it on total only, total column. Now 45 is the median, this is the middle value 45, which is very simple to calculate in pandas. It is very simple. Now there is one more thing, which is mod, MODE. What does it mean? Mod means to find out the marks which is very common, which is maximum number of times appears, whose frequency is very much. So I am also going to find out that there is an error, I guess, as no attribute in mode. Sorry, in Python there is no attribute. I got confused in that, sorry for that. But you can find out the mean and median. I will check and will find out how I can calculate the maximum number of item which appears. I will show you later on, but this is very easy to do. You can easily import the Excel file, CSV file we already had imported in the last classes. Now you can also go through my last videos, in which I done the prime number calculation, and also one example of multiplication table, and of course the calendar, which is very innovative type of calendar. So you can go through it, and in the next sessions we will do more on plotting and something else besides these calculations. So have a nice day. Thank you very much.